Hey everyone, Sweeney here again. Welcome to another Digital Triggers podcast where we bring you weekly ammunition that you can use in your business. Now, today we bring on Kevin Davis from paidtraffic.co. And Kevin currently manages close to 7 figures in ad spend a year. When we most recently spoke, I believe he was managing close to $80,000 to $90,000 a month in ad spend. So this man spends a lot of money on Facebook ads. He knows what he's doing. And today he's going to take us through how he sets up his ads initially and how he does the targeting. Now, why is this important? Because these are the kind of ads that he wants to be evergreen. He wants these to be able to run for 30, 60, 90 days, and he's going to push, 5 figures or more through these ads. So these are really well set up ads, and once you get the right formula, you find the ad, the winning ad, you're going to have a lot of success and for a long time. Check this out. You really don't want to miss this one. Guarantee you're going to enjoy it.
So to start with, to find those interests that you're overlaying, if the client has a big enough list, let's say 20,000 people or more on their list, I'll upload that first as a custom audience, and then the next thing I do is I'm using the graph search, and so either I'll start with their fan page if they have a good amount. So let's say if they have 10,000 fans or more, and they didn't just buy fans. Some people out there just go out and buy fans, which it completely defeats the purpose. It doesn't work anymore.
It actually makes your fan page worse because
yeah, and you can't use it for market research. So hopefully if they didn't do that. I take their fan page and I look at pages liked by people who like their fan page is the graph search that I use, and that's going to tell me other pages that are related to that market, hopefully. And it seems like Facebook sorts them by probably the most relevant ones at top, and then it kind of works its way down. And so I start to go through that list, and anything over 100,000 fans, I start making a list on I have a flip chart. I don't have a whiteboard set up, but I use a flip chart. I start laying those all out. And I'll actually, when I write those out, I'll actually put the number of fans that that page has as well next to it, so I can kind of see, where the big rocks are. And then the second one that I'll do is after I go through that, I may go through that same process with some other related pages. So if there's some really big pages on there that are really laser focused related to the offer, if they're in the personal development space, maybe like Tony Robbins or something like that, or Louise Hay, I'll do that same process with those and see what the overlay is in between them. And then the third thing I'll do is you can also say interest liked by people who like those pages, and that'll give you the hashtag interest that you use in the ads as well. And so there's actually some in there that really work really well. So like in the personal development space, there was 5 interests that came up predominantly when we overlaid their custom audience. It was thought, so hashtag thought, hashtag wisdom, hashtag belief, spirituality, and then we also saw yoga and meditation. The yoga and meditation does really well in the personal development space. I think it's partially because they're in this whole touchy-feely type of space with meditation and yoga already. So to go into
more open to that.
Yeah, to the mind of creating wealth, the law of attraction type of thing is kind of a next stage, and is congruent with what they're already interested in. Those are doing really well for the personal development space. I have another client that's starting in May that is selling training on how to get an oil or gas job in Canada, in Alberta oil fields. That audience is males 25 to 34, blue collar. So like some of my targeting for that is going to be like Kid Rock. There's some truck driving jobs and stuff, so like, and heavy equipment jobs, so people that like Caterpillar, the different equipment manufacturers, some different beers, that type of thing, or energy drinks
And when
are
you
a
just
good
to
target with
clarify,
that.
when you say overlay, you're saying so you take the custom audience, you will take
Mhm.
a precise interest like yoga, and then you'll see how many of those are still within the
Right.
audience, or
Yeah. So I do that flip chart first. So I'll go through the fan pages first and do the graph search, make my list, and then I'll go back to that custom audience I uploaded. And so if they have an email list of 20,000, I'll have probably 9 to 10,000 that match in the custom audience by email. And then I'll start overlaying those audiences or those interests. And so interests that have more than 1,000 will show up as an actual number of match. And then those are the ones that I start using for my ad targeting. And so once I have that, then I'll have a narrowed down list of my targeting. And so then I go into Quia, put all the targeting in, and whatever age groups I'm going after. So like for most of my personal development offers, it's women 35 to 64. I break those up into 10-year age groups usually, depending on the size of the audience for those individual interests. And I split by interest. So every now it's every ad set that I create. The targeting is a specific interest. I'm not grouping my interests together to create this huge audience. I'm not worried about that. I'm looking for audiences of 10,000 or more. An ideal audience is between 100 and 250,000 is usually what I'm looking for. And then so I'll create a number of ad variations with different images, and probably a couple different headlines and a couple different copy and maybe 5 different images. So I end up with probably like 20 different ads. I can't remember what the exponential growth is on that, but I'll end up with maybe 20 ad variations and maybe 25 to 40 ad targets, and then I'll run right-hand side ads for those to test copy and test targeting first. The main thing I'm looking at those right-hand side ads, I'm looking for clicks. And so like on a client that'll have starting out at maybe a $10,000 to $15,000 budget, I'll probably run $500 to $700 in initial ad spend just on finding which of those ads work best on the right-hand side for responsiveness. Of 300 to 500 ads running in the different interests and the different split tests of ads, there probably be about 20 to 30 that are the best performing ones. Those are the ones that get changed over to newsfeed ads and then go out to that same targeting.
When you're running that right-hand side, how are you bidding?
I'm bidding CPM optimized for clicks. For the most part, that's what I run. There's been several discussions that I've had that everybody has their optimized for conversion method that they say is perfect and everything. I've tried it several times, and I'm always open to try it again. I am going to be trying it again with Kurt Malley's method here this week, but every time I run it, when I look at it on long term and I look at it on the end conversion instead of just opt-ins, it always wins with my optimized for clicks, just because I'm getting a lot more volume of traffic.
Gotcha. And I mean it feeds back into testing 101. We actually have a buddy who still boosts Facebook posts, and I mean he's not very technical on the Facebook ad side, so it makes sense. But we actually just ran $120 through boosting posts just to prove for a case study for ourselves to say, hey, look, we're not just going to tell you this. We spent $120, so you don't have to spend $100 and waste it for no reason.
Yeah, and every time I've boosted a post, I've always ended up I would have like 1 or 2 countries that made sense, but then I would have like 8 other countries that were like Indonesia and Bangladesh and all these other countries that are not my target audience. And you have to be, it's kind of like what did I used to call it? I used to call the post promotion something. It was kind of like yeah, it was like, it's not the simple man's marketing, but it was something to that effect. It just, yeah, it makes you feel good that you're running ads, but you really don't have much of a performance out of it.
Well, and it's just you could do better. Is
Yeah.
the reality.
Yeah, and it's just simply, I mean, even if you just still create that post, but just run an ad to it with good targeting, it makes a world of difference.
Now, if you like Facebook advertising or even paid advertising in general, I'm sure that one was a real treat for you. If you want to see the full interview where we talk about things such as how he does his overlay targeting, finding interest in pages and looking for interest matches, as well as how he tests his targeting, how he does right-hand side ads, and optimizes for CPM compared to optimizes for clicks, rather than conversions like most people do. Plus, he's going to tell us a few different things, such as how he uses a different kind of lead magnet, his dip into the e-commerce world, and some YouTube paid traffic he ran for a triathlete company. You can find that all at members.digitaltriggers.io. That's where you can find the full interview. Really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please, please, please leave a rating or review or leave a comment if you're watching this elsewhere. Everyone, have a good week, and I'll see you on the next podcast.